Rate hikes are working, at least in the commodity spectrum. If you look at the performance of most global commodities from the period of February 2022 to February 23, the reality is that most of the global commodities are in negative territory in that period. And that has happened when inventories remain below the 5-year average, when demand is robust and growing because of the reopening of China, and with supply constraints, with the at least problematic issue of the Ukraine invasion and geopolitical tensions. So, despite geopolitical tensions, supply challenges, robust demand, and a global environment that would support inventories getting even worse and therefore commodities rising, commodities are falling because of rate hikes. It is more expensive to store, it is more expensive to take long positions, and it's more expensive to take margin calls. So, in essence, the monetary factor is helping commodities. However, inflation continues to be extremely elevated and core inflation continues to be extremely elevated. So, rate hikes must continue and the reduction in the balance sheet of central banks must actually accelerate because it is going too slow. This is an important element because if you think about what has happened with commodities, inflation and core inflation would be significantly lower than what we see these days in a normal environment. Headline inflation would certainly be much lower than what we have seen in the United States, the Eurozone, and the main economies. 90 central banks are raising rates. The reduction of money supply is not happening yet, or at least enough, and that reduction in money supply growth has actually reversed trend in January. So let's pay attention to all of this because it is very important to take decisive actions against inflation now before we enter into a decade of stagflation, and that makes everyone poorer.